Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the campus of Loyola Blakefield at Hargan Field for the game between your Loyola Dons and the Archbishop Spalding Cavaliers on this windy Friday afternoon. I'm Joe Eldridge here with Alex MD to bring you the game. Alex, how do you think Loyola should respond coming off a 13-8 loss to McDonough on Tuesday?
Joe, I think the biggest key for them today is going to be ball movement. We saw in that last game against McDonough, the Dons' offense was stagnant at times, just one guy dodging and not much movement to help them out. They can't afford to do that against this athletic Archbishop Spalding team. In terms of the overall matchup, I think they do match up better with Spalding than they did with McDonough. McDonough was very physical and Loyola often struggled against that attack. And Spalding, on the other hand, is quick and more athletic, so it's an interesting matchup we have today.
Definitely. It'll be an interesting matchup today. Loyola rocking with their new all-yellow uniforms on this windy, extremely windy Friday afternoon. Today's definitely going to be a tough matchup for the Dons as Spalding is currently number 2 in the MIA and ranked in the top 25 in the country. It's going to be a good, interesting battle, especially starting off at this face-off X where they struggled on Tuesday, rolling with either Ian Gieseman or Cole Myers.
Absolutely. This is the best Spalding team we've seen in years. They've got several big commitments. I'm really looking at the goalie matchup today between Jacob Oliver, who's committed to UPenn for Spalding, and Jack Webb, who's taking his talents to Homewood Field and Johns Hopkins University. Another key for Loyola I wanted to mention is their depth. In the last game against McDonough, the first line came out pretty slow, but they were lifted up by that second line, led by TJ Gravanti, who dished out 3 assists. I think that's going to be tough for Spalding to deal with today. Loyola has a ton of scoring options on that offense.
Lining up at the face-off X for the Dons will be number 33, the Hofstra commit, Cole Myers. And number 23 for Spalding, Blake Malamphy. On the wings, you'll see number 22, Michael Hawes, and number 23, Matt Rice. For the Dons, starting at close defense for Loyola, you'll also see number 28, AJ Larkin, the Maryland commit. Number 27, Kevin Doyle. Number 35, Billy Dwan. It's going to ground ball picked up by Spalding. That's going to be number 8 swinging it around. Got a quick 4-on-3 matchup.
It's a great job of Loyola's defense to recover there to stop the fast break. Spalding had numbers originally, but Loyola was able to get back into position. And now Spalding will set up its 6-on-6 offense.
Gutierrez's pass goes long. That's going to be an over and back foul on Spalding. That's going to be Loyola ball. Picked up by Schoenwetter. Schoenwetter shot. Bounce shot goes out. It's going to be Mason Cook picking it up behind the goal for the Dons. Chorus now taking the ball behind the cage, getting over to Mason Cook as Loyola gets their offensive substitutions in.
Some early pressure being applied by this Loyola offense, which we didn't see for quite a while last week. This is a good sign, and it looks like the coaching staff has made an adjustment.
It's good. Cook on the dodge, going around goal. Gets the shot on Oliver to go. Mason Cook, the freshman, with the goal. Don's taking an early 1-0 lead with 11 minutes left in the first.
It's a tough angle shot there. Maybe one the Spalding keeper wants to have back, but a great start for Loyola. You couldn't ask for a better ball movement on that first possession, and Loyola takes an important 1-0 lead.
Myers and Lanfley fighting it out as Hawes pulls it out for the Dons, getting that offensive possession. Getting it to Cook behind the goal, get that substitution in.
Winning a big draw like that is big for Loyola's confidence, especially after last week when they struggled at the face-off X. They've got themselves a 1-0 lead and controlling the draw so far. You've got to be pleased if you're Coach Ubriaco.
It's going to be Tolker now with the ball in the alley, getting over to Matt Dixon. Loyola getting some good, getting better offensive rotation in so far in this game, being able to get that off-ball movement. It's going to be Hayden Miller with the short stick on him, number 5 for Spalding.
You'll see a lot of pick and roll action today, especially in this heavy wind. Loyola's going to be looking to make some more short, concise passes, not trying to force anything.
Chorus there got double teamed by number 5, Luke Brookman, and the Penn State commit, number 20, Alexander Ross. Forced that shot to go high as Loyola keeps possession as Tucker dodges. Dixon's shot goes high. Loyola keeps possession. Cook will pick it up in the alley. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Miller taking it, swinging it over to Dixon.
Tucker's got a matchup he likes there on the left wing.
Dixon's got to shoot that here. Unable to get it. Loyola's push and get that substitution in. Got to get a good ride here. It's going to be Jackson Roberts taking it out for the Cavaliers. Number 8 brings it up for Archbishop Spalding.
Spalding's coming out of the gate a little slow this afternoon after 2 big wins against Boys Latin and Gilman. They're going to have to settle down here. They've got a long day ahead of them against this rugged Loyola defense.
Joshua Tang getting over, trying to get some offensive movement. That's going to be now Syracuse commit Finn Kelly with the ball. Tang gets double teamed there. Good, strong defense there by Loyola, especially from number 24, Jack Schoenwetter. Shot by Spalding, no good. Webb gets it over to Larkin. Larkin loses the ball. That's going to be picked up by Spalding.
That's exactly the kind of shot you want to give up there if you're the Loyola defense. No angle from about 12 yards, and Jack Webb is all over that one.
It's going to be Finn Kelly with the ball, holding out for Spalding. Kelly dodging on Schoenwetter. Getting over to Tang. Gutierrez flipping it over to number 4 for Spalding. Good defense there by Billy Dwan. Just over 35 seconds left on the shot clock. Spalding looking to get something going.
Loyola is really playing airtight defense on these last two possessions, showing off why they're known as one of the best defenses in the conference.
It's like Schoenwetter's stick snapped in half there. That's going to be number 32, Kyle Powell, checking in for the Dons for Schoenwetter.
We had a stoppage in play there to get the broken stick off the field. Spalding was trying to rush it, but you can't do that as there's a break in action to remove the broken stick.
It's like number 36, Thomas Lala, has also checked in for the Dons. Tang's shot goes high. As the shot clock expired, that's going to be Loyola ball as Doyle picks it up.
Spalding had some crisp ball movement there on these last couple possessions, but nothing to show for it as they've registered one shot on goal thus far.
It's like Doyle's pass to Hawes might have caught a little bit of that strong wind from today, and it goes over his head, giving Spalding the ball. Good check there by Matt Rice. Spalding able to recover it. Michael Weishar maintaining possession for the Cavs.
It's a big ride there for Loyola. Nearly came away with a turnover. Something I've noticed early on is that they seem to be a lot more aggressive than they were last week against McDonough. We're kind of letting the plays come towards them rather than being assertive. So this is something you like to see from Loyola.
It's going to be Tang in the alley with the ball. Bring it up top, guarded by number 22, Michael Hawes. Tang goes for the dodge. Good slide by Larkin as Tang is able to get the bounce shot to go in the bottom right corner, tying it up at 1-1 with 5:56 left in the first.
That's great ball placement there by Tang, just out of the outstretched arms of Jack Webb. We've got ourselves a tied game.
It's been a really good game so far, being able to hold out these long possessions. It's like Myers went to flip it to Elliott there. Still going for the ball. Elliott loses it as Corus is able to pick it up, but loses it again to number 25 on Spalding. Ball still loose, picked up by Henry Tolker. Corus now with the ball, swinging it over to Kevin Tucker. It's like Dons have brought back in TJ Gravanti and Matt Burnham.
I'm interested to see how Gravanti can follow up last game's performance. And he draws a quick double, but he has great vision and expect a quick pass shortly.
Strong defense there by Spalding on that quick slide on Gravanti. Mason Cook now has it at X, guarded by number 5 from Spalding. Cook looked to feed it to Gravanti on the crease. Pass goes long. Tolker able to pick it up.
The Dons are doing a great job of driving and dodging, and they're really drawing double teams quickly, which leaves a guy free on the crease, unable to connect there. But that's a good sign for the offense moving forward.
So Oliver lost the pass there and Corus picked it up. That's going to be a pushing foul on Spalding. Loyola's going to have a 30-second extra man opportunity. Got to be able to capitalize. That's where Loyola struggled this season, being able to capitalize on extra man opportunities.
That's right, and another big factor in this game's discipline. You know, the Dons have done well in that category all year, and Spalding makes the first mistake of the game. Let's see if Loyola can make them pay for it.
So that's going to be a 30-second technical penalty on number 27, Dakota Gunter. Spalding playing an aggressive man-down defense.
There's something you don't see every day, a team pressing out on the man down. I'd expect a backdoor cut here from Loyola. And there it is to Chorus, but he didn't have a shooting angle.
Chorus looks to take a shot, hits the side of the goal. Oliver gets it up to number 8, Michael Weishar. Looks like they're going to call an offsides there on Spalding.
Got a stoppage in play here as the officials gather to figure this one out. It looks like Spalding had a clear goal, but they called it back for offside.
So it looks like it is going to stay Spalding ball.
Right, it looks like an inadvertent whistle. That goal is not going to count as the whistle blew beforehand, but Spalding will retain possession in the alley.
So it's going to be number 9, Nicholas Gutierrez with the ball for Spalding. Guarded by number 24, Jack Schoenwetter, pressed up.
That's a tough break there for the Cavaliers, but they've shown sparks of their athleticism, and I think that'll translate well into this next offensive possession.
Weishar came clean off the flip. Is there a miscommunication there in the slide, but Doyle's able to pick that up. It's like Hawes is just going to take that out, try to get some possession and let Loyola get their subs back, get Doyle back on defense.
Loyola's going to settle down now and play a more methodical offense, which they're known for. They don't often force the issue.
Kevin Tucker, we getting over to Hayden Miller for Loyola. So Loyola gets all 3 of their first line middies back in. Cook now with the ball, getting it back over to Chorus.
Looks like Miller has himself a good matchup on the shorty, and it looks like he's going to go to work and dodge down the right alley.
Miller's bounce shot goes wide. Cook's going to pick that up for Loyola. Cook taking it out of the alley now for Loyola. Getting over to Kevin Tucker.
I think it'd be wise for the Dons to keep feeding Miller. He's been the catalyst of the offense all year, taking his talents to Milwaukee, where he'll be attending Marquette University in the fall.
Tucker's got to get a shot off here. Doesn't get it. As he turns over, Andrew Calvert picks off that pass. Oliver's going to push up. So it's going to be a flag there on one of the Loyola attackmen as Gutierrez draws a slash.
We'll get our first look at this Cavaliers extra man attack, which has been lethal this year. Scored 5 extra man goals against Boys Latin in their last matchup.
It's going to be the Syracuse commit Finn Kelly now with the ball, guarded by Kevin Tucker. Tang's shot deflected by Matt Rice. It's Kelly now dodging, draws the slide as his bounce shot goes high. Looks like that's going to be a slap. Oh, it looks like that might be, they're only going to call it, looks like a hold there on Mason Cook. That's going to be a 30-second technical penalty.
Loyola was fortunate to get away with only a 30-second call there. That could have gone either way. Looked like a slash to the knee.
Spalding spinning it around, trying to get something open. Loyola's done fairly well so far this year on man-down defense. Pass to Gutierrez goes deflected as Larkin knocks out Gutierrez's possession. He'll pick that up as Loyola now has possession.
Nice heads-up play there by Larkin. The Spalding extra man unit usually likes to lull the defense to sleep, but they didn't even get a chance to work their offense there.
It's like Webb's pass to Chorus, bounces off the turf, goes high. 27.5 seconds left. Game still tied at 1-1. So it's going to be number 11 for Spalding taking it.
Spalding will have one last possession to close out this third quarter, and Loyola's defense has got to dig deep. You don't want to give up a goal at the end of a quarter.
Pass to Weishar goes long. Bounces in and out of the stands. That's going to be Hawes picking it up as possession for Loyola. Get it up to Matt Rice. Rice's bounce shot as time expires. Saved by Jacob Oliver. And going into the second quarter, game still tied at 1-1. We'll be back shortly to bring you the start of the second quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the start of the second quarter between your Loyola Dons and the Archbishop Spalding Cavaliers. Game is tied 1-1 going into the start of the second. Been a fairly strong defensive heavy game for both teams.
Right, this game's been very defensive. Offensive opportunities have been limited as Spalding only has 2 shots on goal, converting 1.
Trey Fleece pulled out that faceoff for Spalding, getting it quick on the fast break. Shot was no good.
We've seen Spalding do most of their heavy lifting with their midfielders. It'll be interesting to see if they get their attackmen more involved in the second quarter.
It's like Gravanti has checked back in on offensive midfield for Loyola, getting that rotation back in. That second line of middies is Burnham and Tucker also in. Burnham taking it now for Loyola, guarded by number 8, Michael Weishar. Tucker taking Ross down. Gets it over to Tolker.
Loyola's just going to keep spinning the rock until they find a matchup that they like. And another turnover there is costly as it kills another possession.
Tolker looked to find Tucker on the crease, but that was deflected by number 1, Andrew Calvert. It's going to be Spalding taking possession. Weishar got the shorty Burnham on him. Spalding getting rotation. Gutierrez looking to take Rice on the dodge. Get the switch over to Burnham. Spalding getting good offensive movement here. Shot by Weishart goes high. It's going to stay, excuse me. That's by Kelly. That's going to stay Spalding ball.
Kelly had Webb beat there to the top right corner, but that shot sailed on him a bit.
It's going to be picked up by Ryan Schreier. Behind the goal, guarded by Kevin Doyle. Kelly on the dodge. Good defensive play there by Matt Rice. Stripping that ball as Larkin now takes it upfield.
Strong recovery by Rice there. He was beat.
Larkin with the bouncer shot. Good.
So Matt Rice saves a goal on one end and sets up a goal of his own on the other end of the field.
Great offensive play there by number 28, A.J. Larkin, coming from the defensive end of the field on the fast break to score. Loyola taking the 2-1 lead, 9:39 left in the first half.
A lot of games are won and lost at the face-off X and in transition, and so far Loyola has been controlling both aspects.
Ross picks up the face-off for Spalding. It's going to be Spalding possession. Tang gets it over to number 24 for Spalding. Weishart's turnaround shot hits the scoreboard. Race Ripley now has the ball for Spalding. Haven't seen much of him today. Schreier getting back over to Ripley as Spalding's getting offensive movement going. It looks like Loyola's in a zone.
See Loyola switch to that zone from time to time to give the offense a different look. And Spalding really hasn't gone to the two-game too much. Usually like to run some pick and rolls, but Loyola's making it tough for them today.
Good save on the doorstep by Webb, saving that shot from Josh Tang.
A lot of times when you run a zone defense like Loyola just did, there's going to be an opening. Spalding did a great job of finding that, but Webb equal to the test, and he came up with a big stop.
Doyle able to get it over to Tucker. Tucker looks to take Alexander Ross to the goal. Tucker's shot, good. Great offensive play there by Kevin Tucker, taking Alexander Ross to the goal and being able to score.
Looks like he ran out of room there at first, but dunked it over Oliver's head. And suddenly Loyola's lead expands to 2.
8:15 left in the first half. Loyola taking that 3-1 lead with that goal from number 37, Kevin Tucker. Myers able to pull out the faceoff for Loyola. Corus is behind the back shot. No good, as Burnham's going to pick that up. Oliver with the great save there on Corus. As Spalding now goes into a fast break, Loyola's got to catch up from their substitutions. It's going to be number 0, Declan Beal with the ball, getting it over to Joshua Tang.
You can sense the momentum slowly shifting in Loyola's favor, as they've been putting on the pressure on the offensive end, which we didn't see last week. So a big adjustment made by them watching film this week on how to exploit the Spalding defense.
Weishart getting it over. Looks like that's number 6, Finn Kelly. Webb making another save from the shot by Race Ripley as that ball gets poked out. It's going to be picked up by Spalding.
Spalding has been denied shooting up high 4 times now. It'll be interesting to see whether they change up the plane of their shot and start going low.
It's like Loyola has gone back to that zone. As Ripley now has the ball, getting it over to Weishar. Spalding getting that offensive rotation. Weishar drops the ball going to shoot. Looks like Spalding there calls a timeout. With that Spalding timeout, we're going to go to a quick break. Welcome back. Coming out of this timeout, it's going to be Spalding ball, down 3-1. 6:35 left in the first half. As Michael Weishar takes it, guarded by Matt Rice. Weishar's shot goes wide. It's going to be picked up by Race Ripley behind the goal.
Loyola's got the momentum right now, and it's up to Spalding to respond. Their offense has been stagnant so far in this game. Loyola been up to the test defensively. See if Spalding mixes it up a little bit.
Rice deflects that pass from Spalding. Rice picks that up, taking it on the fast break. Ball's getting over to Kevin Tucker. Dixon's now got the ball. Pass to Tucker, goes wide. It's a loose ball. Dixon able to pick up. It's like Loyola's going to call a timeout there. 5:38 left in the first half. Alex, what do you think Loyola needs to do coming out of this timeout to be able to maintain that 3-1 lead and hopefully expand on it?
I think they've got to keep their foot on the gas pedal, Joe. 3-1 lead isn't very much, but they have been controlling this game. Seems like Loyola is dominating a lot more than you think. They're controlling the face-offs and winning the transition battle. And now it's up to them to keep pressuring. The Spalding defense has shown their vulnerability, and I think Loyola has the tools to make them pay for that.
Definitely. Loyola's shown signs of being able to do some pretty huge things in this game, being able to expand on that lead with some great shots taken. It's got a pretty good goalie for Spalding. Jacob Oliver going to Penn. He's done a fairly good job for Spalding, maintaining his ground in the cage.
That's for sure, and he's kept Spalding in this game early on and not letting Loyola run away with it. Same can be said about the Dons keeper, Jack Webb. He's preserved that lead for Loyola, coming up with a couple big stops on the doorstep himself.
Definitely. Webb's been one of those big game changers for Loyola so far this year, being able to create transition plays starting in the goal.
brings that senior leadership and experience. It's going to be important come playoff time. As we mentioned, all teams make it in this year, so the MIA is really wide open. As we come down in the stretch of the season here, it's going to be really interesting to see which teams rise to the top.
It's going to be Hayden Miller taking the ball in the alley, guarded by Alexander Ross for the Dons. Dixon swinging it over to Mason Cook. This wind's definitely been playing a big part in the passing game for both teams. There's a couple passes that usually get caught, been taken by the wind, have gone slightly wild. Dixon's now got the ball guarded by Beal. Tucker looking to dodge. Jump shot by Tevin Tucker is good. Loyola taking a 4-1 lead, 5:04 left in the first half.
And look at that, the bench is getting into it. This offense seems to be in sync. And Loyola takes a 4-1 lead.
It's not going to be Ian Giesemann at the faceoff X for Loyola, going against number 23, Blake Malamphy. Malamphy able to get possession. Spalding now holding out possession.
Cavaliers have been unable to get much of anything going this afternoon, uncharacteristic for this team that just dropped 14 goals on boys Latin.
Good defense there by Michael Hawes, holding up Joshua Tang. Tang's bounce shot, no good. It's going to stay Spalding ball. Schreier will pick it up behind the goal. Doe playing aggressive defense on Schreier. Tang's picked up high by number 35, Billy Dwan. It's over to number 6, Finn Kelly.
Loyola is really extending defensively, pressing out and forcing Spalding to beat them. And they were winning the one-on-one battles with ease today.
Good slide there by Billy Dwan, forcing Kelly to pass it to Race Ripley behind the goal. Good job by Hollis, holding his ground there. Webb's able to save that shot by number 6, Finn Kelly. As Larkin's going to push the tempo for the Dons, getting over to Jack Schoenwetter.
This Dons defense coming up big time and time again. Really fueling the whole team as it gets the offense into the game, gives them more possessions. They've done a better job of converting than they did last week.
It's going to be Matt Dixon swinging over to Henry Tolker. Miller now with the goal, behind the goal, guarded by number 25 for Spalding. Tolker shot on Oliver, good. Loyola taking a lead. It's a 5-1 lead. 2:56 left in the first half.
There's not many goalies in the country stopping that shot. An absolute rip. The upper corner, off the bar even. And Loyola is feeling it. Up 5-1, feeling good and in control.
Malamphy picking that faceoff once again for Spalding. Good ride there by Tolker. Spalding gains possession. It's going to be number 24, William Duffy, now with the ball, getting it over to Nick Gutierrez.
This has been the lowest offensive output of the season for the Cavaliers. And this halftime break can't come soon enough for them. They got to go back to the drawing board and figure out how to crack this Loyola defense.
Tang's shot deflected. Looks like off the helmet of Larkin. So Spalding's going to maintain possession. 2 minutes left in this first half. Just under 30 left on the play clock. Tang uncontested there, able to get the goal for Spalding on Webb. Cutting that Loyola lead down to 5-2, 1:57 left in the first half.
That's an uncommon breakdown for Loyola defensively there. They've been playing so well after this entire game. And Tang has been the MVP for his offense, scoring both goals today.
So that's going to be Myers and Malanphy down at the faceoff X. It looks like they're waiting for the wind. It looks like the wind started to blow the goal off the goal line. So there's a stoppage of players there having an issue with the goal. No, this wind definitely is not helping with that as they're ready to go to resume play.
This is certainly the windiest it's been here at Hargaden Field in recent memory. And like you said, Joe, it surely is impacting those passes, forcing both teams to adjust and make shorter, quicker passes.
Looks like they're going to call a pushing penalty there on number 23 for Spalding. So that's going to send their face-off man, Blake Malanphy, to the penalty box for 30 seconds, giving Loyola a ball with the extra man opportunity. As Tolker will take it towards midfield for the Dons.
If you're the Loyola offense here, you're going to hold as long as you can. 65 seconds on the shot clock, a little more on the game clock. But there's no reason to give Spalding any more opportunities in this first half.
Chorus taking it to the rack. Gets the goal on the fake shot, getting Dakota Gunter off his feet. Getting the easy goal on number 7, Jake Oliver. Taking a 6-2 lead, 1:21 left in the second quarter.
Loyola is really exposing all the weaknesses in the Spalding defense. Another gaping hole left right in front of the cage. And Oliver had no chance there.
It's a loose ball going for the face-off. As Chorus hits Malanphy, and Malanphy's down. Not sure what the call is going to be here. It looks like that's good. It's going to be a penalty on Chorus. Not sure if they're going to call a high hit. Maybe a cross check. So it looks like they're going to call an unnecessary roughness there on number 6, Charlie Chorus, giving him a 1-minute unreleasable penalty.
That's the kind of play you can't afford to make, especially at the end of the half. Can't afford to let Spalding crawl back into this game. Even though they've had limited opportunities, they're very effective on the man up.
Spalding looking to get something to go. So it looks like Spalding called a timeout there right before the shot. So with that timeout, 47.5 seconds left in the second quarter. We're going to go to a brief break. Welcome back. Coming out of this timeout, just over 45 seconds left. Spalding has the ball at the extra man opportunity. Coming off the unnecessary roughness penalty on Charlie Chorus. Tang getting it. The Schreier behind the goal. Ripley with the bounce shot, good. Cutting that Loyola lead to 6-3. 28.3 seconds left in the second quarter. 17 seconds left on the penalty for Chorus.
And that just goes to show that taking unnecessary penalties like Loyola just did there can hurt you. Loyola is in control 5-1, and suddenly we have ourselves a 6-3 game shortly before the half. And it looks like Spalding's starting to get into their groove offensively. The offense is being orchestrated by Tang, and he's been responsible for all 3 goals, scoring the first 2 and assisting the third there on the man up.
Malamphy able to pull out that faceoff once again for the Cavaliers. Gutierrez getting it over to Tang. So they say that's an on-goal shot, reset the shot clock. It's like Gutierrez got a quick pass off to number 8, Michael Weishar, getting that quick turnaround goal. Spalding back in this game, 6-4, 10.8 seconds left. Back at full strength now.
All right, there's really no lead is safe in the game of lacrosse, and Spalding proving that point. This has been a completely different team in the last 2 minutes. We thought they couldn't get anything going at all, and suddenly they score 3 quick goals.
Schoenwetter's going to pick up the ground ball at the faceoff for the Dons, getting possession. But his pass to Tolker will go high, immediately turning over. It's like 0.5 seconds left. It's like they're just going to go straight to halftime. Going into the half, Loyola up 6-4. We'll be back shortly to bring you the start of the second half.
Tang, he has done a great job orchestrating this offense so far, accounting for all their goals, 2 goals, 2 assists. And 2 of those came late in the first half on the extra man.
Starting out the half, it's going to be Cole Myers and Blake Malamphy at the faceoff X. Faceoff X has definitely been a big breakaway turning point for both teams so far in this game as Malamphy takes the ball, flips it over to Weishar.
Momentum can switch that fast in lacrosse, and we're seeing that play out right now as Loyola was hot for most of the first half, and now Spalding seems to have hit their stride and they're controlling the game with this opening draw in the second half.
Tang push it as that will be a goal for number 8, Michael Weishar, cutting that lead, Loyola lead down to 1, 6-5 with 11:31 left in the third.
We mentioned earlier Spalding's first 4 shots of the game all went up high. Jack Webb did a great job of stuffing all of those, and we wondered if they would switch and start shooting low, and they've done that. All 3 of their last goals have been bounce shots, and that one goes right through the wickets of the Loyola keeper.
One of those big offensive catalysts this game for Spalding has been number 2, the UMBC commit, Josh Tang, being able to account for 2 goals and multiple assists for the Cavaliers as Malamphy pulls out another faceoff for the Cavs.
Right, Loyola's going to have to make an adjustment defensively and deny Tang the ball and just make someone else beat you.
It's going to be number 6, Finn Kelly with the ball, guarded by number 24, Jack Schoenwetter. As Kelly pushes to the right, flips it over to Weishar. Looks like they're going to call a moving pick there on Spalding. Doyle will pick it up behind the goal for the Dons. Webb able to get it over midline to Spalding, or excuse me, to Hawes.
Nice touch pass there by Webb. Really does a great job controlling his clears, as that was just out of the outstretched arms of the Spalding attackman there.
To be Chorus at X. Well, getting some good offense movement. It looks like Spalding switched to a zone.
We haven't seen them switch to zone at all today. It looks like they're giving Loyola a bit of their own medicine, but Loyola's used to this. They run against the zone all the time in practice, so they should know what to expect.
Tolker's turnaround shot, no good. Mason Cook will pick it up behind the goal for the Dons. Tolker's pass to Chorus goes incomplete as Oliver comes out of the goal to pick it up. Good ride there by Hayden Miller. As Gunter gets it over to number 11, Jackson Roberts.
That's the right idea there. The nice pick and roll, of course, was wide open, but the execution was lacking.
Tucker went for the hit there on Declan Beal. Spalding will gain possession. It's going to be number 4, Race Ripley, getting over to Nick Gutierrez. Duffy getting back over to Weishar. Weishar guarded by number 23, Matt Rice. Tang's high shot deflected, picked up by Larkin.
Billy Dwan saved the day there. It looked like Jack Webb didn't see that shot, but Dwan able to get in the way with his big 6'5" frame there to stop that shot.
Good job by Hawes, spinning off the big hit. Coming from Nick Gutierrez. Larkin gets it over Kevin Tucker. Tucker going for the big shot there. Bounce shot saved. So that's going to be Spalding ball as Oliver saves that shot. going to be Roberts with the ball, looking to get it to a Spalding midfielder. He'll just take it over himself.
It's a big stop there by Oliver, really bailing out his defense. As Tucker had a wide open step down shot. His hands were free as well. Don't get those too often.
Especially when guys on Loyola, especially like Kevin Tucker, Charlie Corse, and Henry Toker get hands-free shots without any contest from the defense, becomes lethal.
That's right, they'll bury those shots most of the time, but Oliver really showing his skill set today.
Finn Kelly's shots no good as Jack Schoenwetter picks it up. As Dewan will get it over to Charlie Corus. Loyola's going to look to get their substitutions in. And just in the past couple minutes from the start of the second half, we've seen a drastic weather change here. There's a pretty significant temperature drop and an increase in the wind. There's a storm starting to approach. Cook gets it over to Gavanti.
It's been about steady 20-mile-an-hour winds all afternoon, really affecting the pace of play.
Gavanti now with the ball picked up by Andrew Calvert. Tolker's high shot, good! Big time goal there by number 9, Henry Tolker for the Dons, bringing that lead to 7-5 with 6:55 remaining in the third.
Spalding defense was a step slow there, and Toker will make you pay for that. Stings the upper corner, and Loyola is back up to a 2-goal lead.
Gravanti picking up another assist. That's his 4th in the past 2 games. Giesemann pulling out that faceoff for the Dons. Geese still has possession of the ball. Not much that you expect. As that pass to Matt Rice goes incomplete. Tucker will pick that up for the Dons, giving them possession.
That was an ill-advised pass there, but Loyola got lucky. They're in the right spot at the right time.
Toker looked for another shot there on Calvert. Able to pull it out. Gets it back up to Gravanti up top. Corus now with the ball, guarded by number 5, Luke Brookman. Gravanti up top, getting it over to Tolker. Tolker with the bounce shot, hits the outside of the goal. It's going to be picked up by Oliver. As he looked to feed Brookman. He'll scoop it up, get that fast break going for Spalding.
There's a really low angle shot there, and it's basically a turnover as it sparks a Spalding fast break, but Loyola's defense able to recover.
It's going to be Race Ripley, the Navy commit, holding the ball out for Spalding, guarded by Billy Dwan. It's going to be number 32, Kyle Powell, guarding Michael Weishar. Ripley goes to the bounce shot, no good. Looks like there's a flag down. Looks like that's going to be an offsides on Loyola. Looks like that is going to be on number 32, Kyle Powell. So he'll go to the box for 30 seconds.
Loyola played a very clean first quarter, but since then the penalties are starting to pile up. That's their 3rd. The last thing you want to do in a close game like this is give Spalding a man-up opportunity.
So we saw Spalding getting that round. Good ball movement by Spalding. That shot by Tang goes high. It's going to stay Spalding ball. 9 seconds left on the penalty. To be a turnover by Spalding as Dwan pulls it out. Gets it up to Hawes. for the fast break. Mason Cook now with the ball for Loyola. It's like he's just going to hold it out. Gets it to Michael Hawes.
I think Loyola's got to settle it down a bit. Just played a long defensive possession. You want to get your numbers right and wait for the ideal matchup to open up.
So at midfield, it's going to be Dixon, Miller, and Tucker in, with Chorus, Cook, and Tolker in at attack. It's going to be Hayden Miller now with the ball, getting over at Henry Tolker.
And yet again, Miller has that favorable matchup against a shorty, and they do switch immediately.
It's like Spalding staying with that zone. Alexander Ross, the Penn State commit, running the point. Tolker gets hit by number 27, Dakota Gunter, turning over the ball. It's going to be Jackson Roberts holding it out for the Cavaliers. Getting it up to number 9, Nick Gutierrez. Will Duffy now with the ball up top for Spalding, guarded by number 24, Jack Schoenwetter. Looks like Dixon stayed on the field. His Weisshar's shot goes wide.
Looks like Dixon overcommitted a bit there, and Spalding almost made him pay for that.
It's like Loyola's using number 36, Thomas Lala, as an LSM for this possession. Tang's shot goes high. It's going to be picked up by Ripley behind the goal for Spalding. 32 seconds left on the shot clock. 2:54 left in the third. Loyola still up 7-5.
Now the Cavaliers' offense is beginning to set up that pick and roll. Michael Weishar looking to give his guys some room.
Ripley able to get separation from Dwan, but look to pass it to Duffy on the crease. Goes high. Webb's going to pick that up behind the goal.
He had an open shot there, but wanted to be unselfish.
It's like Loyola's trying to get something going on the clear. Webb's able to get it up to Gravanti. Talking now with the ball picked up heavily by Andrew Calvert. Gravanti up top. Getting it over to Kevin Tucker. Well, getting some good offensive movement. Getting it to Mason Cook behind the goal. Gravanti picks up the double team. Tucker loses control of that pass. Lost where the ball was. He's going to turn that over. That's going to be picked up by number 25, Trey Fleece for Spalding.
That Spalding pressure is really starting to take a toll on Loyola's offense. They didn't see that too much in the first half, but Spalding suddenly has become more aggressive, and turnovers are piling up for Loyola.
It looks like Loyola's running zone defense of its own. They've also brought in number 38, Brendan Bateman.
Gonna have to make sure not to ball watch if you're Loyola's defense right now. There's gonna be open patches of field there because of that zone.
It's gonna be Duffy now with the ball, getting it over to Gutierrez. Tang crossfield pass. That shot by Weissar was deflected. Bateman's now taking it for the Dons, getting it over to Chorus. It's like Charlie Chorus is going to hold this out. Just over 35 seconds left in the third quarter.
One thing I really like about Jack Webb's game is his ability to get the ball out quickly. And that split second is the difference between having a fast break and playing 6-on-6.
Tolker swinging it to Mason Cook at X. Just over 10 seconds left in the third. Got to get a shot off here. Tolker flips it over to Dixon. Tucker lost the ball. It's like that ball's gonna roll out of bounds at the start, or excuse me, at the end of the third quarter. And at the end of the third quarter, we'd like to take a moment to talk about the Day of the Don. Our 4th annual Day of the Don, a single day of giving dedicated to supporting the students of Loyola Blakefield, is taking place on Tuesday, May 11th. With a goal to raise at least $50,000 from a minimum of 200 supporters in just 24 hours, there are 2 ways you can help support this cause. Number 1, make a donation, and number 2, share this opportunity via social media and invite others to give. To make your donation, simply text DON to 243-725. Messaging and data rates may apply. As we approach May 11th, be on the lookout for giving challenges and competitions, as well as special prizes available to all those who make a donation. And with that, we're going to go into a quick break. Excuse me, no, we're not, because the play is going to resume soon at the start of the 4th quarter. Alex, what are your takeaways there from the 3rd quarter?
Loyola responded well to Spalding's offensive attack there at the end of the 2nd quarter. And it's about remaining even-keeled. When the other team goes on a run, you got to stick to your fundamentals, and Loyola was able to recover. So they've got themselves a 2-goal lead, and they've got to take care of the ball. It's some uncharacteristic turnovers and penalties that they committed there in the 3rd quarter. There's not going to be no room for that. This game's going to come right down to the wire, Joe.
Definitely. And both teams have shown signs of being able to run away with this game. Spalding went on that quick 3-goal run. Loyola's gone on their own run multiple times in this game, still holding that 7-5 lead.
Right, it's about which team's going to be able to take the most punches and get back up. Both these teams are very evenly matched, as we've seen today, and it's going to come down to execution.
One of the big things about today's game is Loyola was able to welcome somewhat of a student section of a couple seniors, being able to get that crowd going, help support the Dons. It's going to be Giesemann and Malamphy at the faceoff X. Like I said, that's a false start on Ian Giesemann. As Wyshaw is going to take possession for the Cavaliers. Loyola still sticking with that zone. Josh Tang looks for that cross pass. Race Ripley getting back over. It's number 24, Will Duffy, as Tang looks to shoot, gets double teamed. Schreier get that turnaround shot going low on Webb. That literally gets cut down to 1. 7-6, 11:20 left in the 4th.
Spalding has been going to that skip pass throughout the 2nd half, as you see Tang make his way up from goal line extended toward the center of the field, and he's drawing quite a crowd, and Loyola did not account for the cross-field pass there.
Giesemann pulls out the face-off for Loyola. Larkin grabs the ground ball, giving Loyola possession. It's like Tucker's going to hold this out, having Loyola get their subs in. It's going to be Mason Cook now at X, getting it over to Charlie Corus. Loyola's been doing a lot better getting that offensive movement in, being able to try to find those open passing lanes. Especially going to have to do that against this now zone defense from Spalding. Dixon getting into Cook at X. Miller with the skip pass over to Matt Dixon. Dixon able to get it over to Tolker on the doorstep. Tolker picking up the hat trick.
That's the best ball movement we've seen all day. Loyola's patience really paying off. They're not forcing anything and able to find the matchup they like. And 3 quick passes, tic-tac-toe, and ball's in the back of the net.
Definitely what you love to see from that Loyola offense there. Being able to get movement, get that one more pass, get guys like Tolker open, especially on that crease on the doorstep.
Like you mentioned earlier, Joe, it's big to have the student section back in attendance. The noise they make really helps fuel the home team.
Hall is able to pick up the ground ball, giving Loyola possession off the faceoff. It's like that's gonna be Hawes draws the penalty off the trail check from number 23, Blake Malamphy. It's going to be a 30-second hold penalty on number 23, Blake Malamphy for the Spalding Cavaliers, giving Loyola a 30-second extra man opportunity.
There's going to be a pivotal moment in this game. If Loyola can convert, they'll have themselves a nice 3-goal lead. And on the other hand, for Spalding, you got to stop Loyola's run. They're getting back into their rhythm.
It's going to be Burnham behind the goal, getting that pass over to Hayden Miller. Miller thought about taking a shot there, passes it over to Chorus, who gets over to Tolker. Tolker loses the ball. That Loyola is going to call a timeout. So with that timeout, 9:27 left in the fourth quarter, Loyola up 8-6. We're going to go to a quick break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Coming out of this timeout, 9:27 left. Loyola is up 8-6.
Dons are coming off a timeout. They looked a bit unorganized to start the man-up opportunity there. Coaching staff wants to talk it over to make sure they get the best look here on this possession.
It's going to be number 30, Hayden Miller, taking it, getting over to Tolker.
Looks like the wings are open there for a skip pass, so if Hayden Miller can draw the defense to one side, he's going to have an open man across the field.
It's going to be number 25 taking it for Spalding on the fast break. It's going to be number 25, Trey Fleece, with the goal on the fast break. Pin that low corner once again on Webb. Cutting that Loyola down to 1-8-7. 8:53 left in the ball game.
I'm not sure why the slide didn't come there for Loyola. You don't see that very often. They gave Spalding a wide open lane down the middle of the field. We've got ourselves a 1-goal game.
It's going to be Melanthia and Myers at the faceoff X. This faceoff X has started multiple possessions for both teams as Myers is able to pull it out. Able to get it to Chorus. Chorus looked to flip it over to Henry Tolker. Drop the passes. Tolker holds out possession. It's like that's going to be number 8, TJ Gravanti with the ball now for the Dons. Looks like that's going to be a slash there. Burnham draws it with that cross pass from Cook as Gravanti's shot goes no good. Looks like that's going to be a slash on number 20, Alexander Ross, giving Loyola a 1 minute extra man opportunity.
Loyola worked the ball into the middle of the field on that last possession. Spalding was all over it, able to cause a turnover. And it looks like they're keeping the ball more on the outside, maybe looking for an outside shot.
Chorus getting back over to Tolker, trying to find something to go. Tolker shot goes wide. It's going to be Burnham picking it up behind the goal. 25 seconds left on the penalty. 7:28 left in the ball game. Just over 40 left on the shot clock. Miller shot going for the bottom corner, no good. Burnham will pick that up. 32 seconds left on the shot, 12 on the penalty, 7:15 in the game. Tolker with the shot, picking up his 4th goal of the game. Loyola taking that lead back up to 9-7 with 7:11 left in the 4th.
Can't afford to leave Henry Tolker wide open on the wing where he works his magic. And Spalding pays for that one.
Myers able to pull out that faceoff for the Dons. Gets it over to Hawes, giving Loyola possession on a faceoff once again.
Now it's about eating up some clock for this Loyola offense. They've got themselves a 2-goal lead as we approach 6 minutes to play. Now it's about taking care of the ball and not making any unnecessary mistakes.
Gravanti getting it over to Tolker. It's like Spalding still staying with that zone. Gravanti draws the double team, gets it over to Cook at X. Chorus' shot goes high. So that's going to be Gravanti picking it up in the back corner. Tolker passing back to Cook. Getting good movement. Tucker looked for the skip pass across the goal. Not really sure what he was looking there. That got picked off easily by Andrew Calvert.
Right, he forced a tough pass through traffic. No need for that at this point in the game. Now it's up to Loyola's defense to respond.
It's going to be Weishar with the ball for Spalding. Just over 5.5 minutes left in the 4th. Spalding gets it over to Finn Kelly. Guarded by Matt Rice.
Cavaliers are going to want to get the ball in the hands of Josh Tang. He's been the go-to guy all afternoon, and he's accounted for 4 of Spalding's 7 goals.
Schreier getting over to Josh Tang, who's now guarded by A.J. Larkin. Good defense by Rice, forcing Kelly to pull that out. So that's going to be Race Ripley taking it behind the goal. Guarded by Michael Hawes. Ripley's pass picked off by A.J. Larkin. Larkin able to run through 4 Spalding defenders. Great save there by Jacob Oliver. So it's going to be Spalding ball. Just over 4:20 left in the ball game, down 9-7.
That could have been a game-saving change there by Oliver. As a 3-goal lead for Loyola with 4 minutes left would be difficult to overcome.
Schreier gets nailed by Billy Dwan. So that shot gets deflected, and Josh Tang picks that up.
Sticks up. No skips.
Weishaupt taking the bounce shot on Webb. Webb able to deflect that. Gonna say that's a shot on goal. Restarting the shot clock. 3:51 left. Loyola still up 9-7. Tang looked to give Weishaupt another bounce shot there. That goes wide. Ripley's going to pick that up behind the goal for Spalding. Spalding still looking to get through that Loyola zone defense. Looks to take a bounce shot, gets it up. Webb able to save that, gets it up to Larkin. He'll run the fast break now. Larkin looked to feed it to Charlie Corris, doesn't get it.
It's time for Loyola to dig deep defensively. They just played a long possession of defense, and Spalding's about to move the ball right back down to their own end.
So that Tang's going to hold it out, giving it over to Weishaupt. Spalding's looking to get something to go. That Spalding will call a timeout with 2:47 left. Alex, what do you think Loyola needs to do in these final couple minutes, being able to hold out this 9-7 lead?
First and foremost, they're going to have to look to limit Josh Tang. Anytime he touches the ball, he's a threat, and what makes him so dangerous is his ability to carry the ball across the field and immediately draw a double team, and that has left a man open for the skip pass. And if you're Loyola, you have to just play fundamentally sound defense, which they've done all afternoon. Got caught out of position twice, but I'm sure that's something they're going over in the huddle right now as to how to limit Tang and keep this a 2-goal advantage.
Definitely Tang and Weishaupt have been those big offensive players for Spalding, being able to create those 7 goals. Loyola's done a good job so far in the second half, being able to stop both of them, especially in this fourth quarter. Done a great job running that zone defense, switching up from man, which they started to run in the beginning of the game.
If I'm Loyola, I would stick to a man defense right now. Struggled a bit with the zone, and Spalding is the perfect team to pick that apart. So I think you stick to the basics here, run out the man-to-man defense, and look to come up with a big stop.
Definitely, Webb's had a great second half, being able to make some key saves, especially on those low bounce shots, which he had trouble with earlier in the game. It's going to be Weishaupt starting out with the ball.
You've got Larkin matched up with Tang. That's what you want defensively.
Schreier's shot goes wide. That's going to be Loyola ball. Great defense there by Michael Hawes, forcing that bad shot there by Ryan Schreier. As Kevin Doyle's going to take it, giving it over to Jack Webb. Webb able to get it over to Tucker as he looks to break this quick Spalding ride. Weishar able to stop that. Able to strip it from Kevin Tucker. Dwan able to poke that out from Weishar.
Spalding looking for a flag. Looks like Dwan got away with one there, as he could have committed a push.
Looks like with that there, Loyola's able to pull out an offensive possession. It's Kevin Tucker, who got caught on the defensive side from the clear, will hold the ball out as Loyola gets those substitutions in. Gets double tweened pretty quickly, giving it over to Matt Dixon.
Now it comes down to playing keep away for Loyola. I would expect Spalding to double the ball any moment now. That'll force Oliver to come up and pick up the open man.
It's going to be Dixon now running around behind the goal. Picked up by Ross. Dixon's still running through everything. Gets the chorus behind the goal. Looks like Loyola's just going to try to run this play clock out.
And there we go. Oliver is out of the net, and Spalding will double the ball.
It's like Hayden Miller's got it. Picked up on number 25 on Spalding. Trey Fleece will pick that up, get in the double team there with Jackson Roberts. Miller still holding it out. Just over 5 seconds left. Miller's shot goes high. 4 seconds left. Holker's going to pick that up. 47.8 seconds left on the game clock. Holker's just going to drop that there. It's going to be Jackson Roberts picking it up on the end line.
Spalding comes up with a big stop there after doubling the ball, but they're going to have to push the pace down the field now as they're down 2 as we approach 30 seconds remaining.
It's going to be Weishar now with the, that's Gutierrez. Getting the goal, not Gutierrez, that is Finn Kelly picking up the goal. 9-8 now. Loyola still up by 1, 25.2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. This has become a lot closer than a lot of people expected.
Right, and the next biggest play will take place here at the X. Many games are won and lost in the face-offs, and that's what it'll come down to here.
Now this game's definitely starting to cut the wire with the weather. It looks like there's a storm moving in. Myers able to pull out the face-off for the Dons. Gets it over to Chorus. Loyola's got to hold it out for just over 15 more seconds. That's going to be a timeout, Loyola. 15.1 seconds left. Loyola with the ball, calling a timeout. That is definitely what you love to see, especially from your Fogo right there. Cole Myers pulling it out in the clutch.
Cole Myers got one when it mattered the most, and Loyola has possession with 15 seconds left. I'd expect them to give the ball to Hayden Miller. He's their quickest guy. He ran circles around Spalding on the last possession.
Definitely at this point, give it to your fastest players. Let them run around, kill these 15 seconds left. Weather has definitely drastically changed. Temperature has dropped fairly quickly. The wind's starting to pick up once again.
Right, some storm clouds are quickly moving in over Hargan Field. So Spalding's going to start out most likely with 2 pulls on the ball. I wonder if they'll put out Oliver onto the field, or they'll just double the ball and have a quicker attackman take that open man.
That's going to be number 9, Henry Toker, taking it in the alley for the Dons. And it's going to be Jacob Oliver. Isn't going to go in the goal. He's going to pick up number 37, Kevin Tucker. It's like Ross and Calvert are going to double Henry Toker. Toker got himself stuck in the corner. Able to run out, but turns the ball over. That's going to be a penalty on Spalding. With 2.7 seconds left, that's going to stay Loyola ball. It's going to be, looks like that's going to be a technical push on Spalding. It looks like that's going to be on the goalie, number 7, Jake Oliver. So it looks like for these final 2.7 seconds, Spalding's got to bring in their backup goalkeeper.
It's going to be too little, too late for Spalding. Loyola doing a great job to hold off that Spalding surge in the third quarter. And they're going to walk away with a big victory today, coming off a loss.
It's like Toker's going to start above the restraining line as it brought in number 17, Andrew McMahon, as Oliver's gone to the penalty box. And it looks like they gave an unreleasable, unnecessary roughness on number 7, Jake Oliver, as Toker just throws the ball up in the air. As Loyola wins in a big-time upset, beating the number 2 seed in the MIAA, the Archbishop Spalding Cavaliers, 9-8. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into this great ball game. I'm Joe Eldridge, here with Alex Endy. Thank you and have a great afternoon.